Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is a 1957, wait a minute. My name is Jeff, and this is a 1959, nope, that's not it either. Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is the 789 from N2A Motors. It's a blend of some of Chevrolet's most iconic cars ever, built on Chevrolet's greatest sports car ever, the Chevrolet Corvette. And this is what I'm going to be taking you through today. But first, I want to mention that this car is actually for sale. It's heading to the Mecum Glendale auctions here in Arizona. So if you wanted to pick up this vehicle for yourself, here is your opportunity, as I'm sure you've never seen anything like this ever. So with that, let's get into the video. So what on earth is a 789? Well, the basic principle from N2A Motors was a retro-styled vehicle with modern underpinnings. I mean, that makes sense, right? You want modern reliability, you want modern performance, and even creature comforts. So that all makes sense. I mean, after all, when this car was first being produced in 2005, retro styling was all the rage. You had the Prowler, the SSR, the HHR, you even had the new muscle cars coming out that all had retro styling. It was all the rage at the time. Now, most of those cars were based off of one particular vehicle for their retro styling, whereas the 789 is actually based off 3 different vehicles. If you take a look in the front here, this is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. The middle is supposed to be a 58. Then as we come around to the back, this is supposed to be a 1959 Chevrolet Impala. So obviously it's trying to incorporate all of these iconic classic Chevrolet vehicles, but into one car. So in that case, this thing is full of character. And you can also see where the name comes from the years. 1957, 58, and 59, or 789. Now, this is all custom bodywork that you see here, and it was made as light as possible in order to preserve performance. So this is all custom carbon composite body, and it only adds 50 pounds of extra weight, something which you won't notice driving this vehicle back to back with what it's based on, a 2006 Chevrolet Corvette, which is incredibly cool. Now, talking about pricing, you might be wondering what these things cost. Now, back in 2006, when this one was built, pricing started for a coupe at $139,500. This one as a convertible would have started at $144,500. So these were not cheap. Furthermore, you had that Corvette underneath, in this case, a 2006 Chevrolet Corvette convertible with the Z51 package. And so that's what all of the running gear is underneath for the modern underpinnings. Of course, Chevrolet power and performance, fully independent suspension, and you can see the Chevrolet Corvette wheels are actually still on this one with those massive drilled and ventilated disc brakes and all of the performance benefits you get with the upgraded Z51 package. So it's incredibly cool styling that they've added on here. I love that you get modern amenities, including upgraded lights. So you get modern lighting here in the front. The idea that when you drive this car, you get to see all of the cool 50s details, but you still get updated trim and everything fits because of that custom carbon composite body. You also get a power retractable soft top, which comes with that Corvette, so you retain all of the Corvette functionalities and performance. The door handles are integrated nicely underneath here, so they hide for improved styling. You still get a trunk in the back here, so it's still very usable as a vehicle. But again, just all of the new and updated modern styling, the idea that you could just get in and drive it, but you get all the benefits of a retro vehicle. And you can see over here, the fuel filler integrated on the driver's side. So incredibly unique vehicle. I don't know how many they built. I believe it's less than 10 total. This vehicle's numbered as number 6009, but they're incredibly cool. They were very expensive, and the odds of seeing one ever again are obviously very, very rare. To get to the engine, you first need to open your 57 front clamshell, and then underneath you have what is very much your Corvette powertrain. As a 2006 Corvette, this features a naturally aspirated LS2 6-liter V8 rated for 400 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, and in this car has just 6,700 miles and is paired with a 6L80 6-speed automatic transmission, which delivers power to the rear wheels. Now, you can still expect Corvette performance, so we're talking 0 to 60 in around 4.9 2.2 seconds with a top speed in excess of 150 miles per hour. So an incredibly fast car with cool retro styling. Under the hood here, you can see a lot of the cool engineering efforts, including the carbon fiber lays that you can see, all of the headlight engineering, the very robust system here, including the metal work for what is now this new clamshell piece. I think it's incredibly interesting to look at. It's very robust for this car, and so you can comfortably and confidently use this with all the benefits of a modern fuel-injected powertrain under the hood and just enjoy driving your Corvette, but now with some added styling. Moving on to the interior, you access it with the handle located underneath the fin. Once you open it up, it's very much a Corvette interior with some add-ons like this door sill here. You can see your serialized plaque, N2A Motors 789, carpets, and some extra badging throughout. The cool part about the Corvette interior is the fact that all the functionality is still here as it would have come from Chevrolet. So you have an incredibly usable modern sports car experience in here, modern being relatively speaking from 2006. And you get all these awesome features like these functional sports seats, which were in great condition because this car has just 6,700 miles that'll hold you in place for intense driving. This car optioned with the Bose sound system and even heated seats, modern air conditioning, and even the navigation system. Of course, you get the Corvette gauge cluster, the shifter for your automatic transmission with the manual buttons here on the steering wheel, and even the power functionality for the convertible top. You get your power mirrors, power windows. I mean, this car is in every sense still very much a Corvette, and it makes it incredibly usable and drivable as a vehicle, just with cool, distinct styling. So that's some of the best features, in my opinion, is what's underneath, and it just happens to look incredibly unique and special on the outside. So inside, you can be just as comfortable as you would in any other C6 Corvette. In this particular car happens to have some options. So what is it like to drive the 789? Well, it'll probably come as no surprise when I tell you that it drives like a Corvette. I mean, what did you expect? It is essentially a Corvette, but now it has all the unique retro styling you could ask for. And that's a great thing, because there's nothing wrong with driving a Corvette. In fact, it's a ton of fun to drive. Yeah, it's a smidge heavier by about 50 pounds with the custom body kit, but you still have 400 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. And realistically, if you bought this car and you wanted to modify it, it's an LS2, so there's lots of modification options on the table should you decide you want more power. But honestly, I think this is plenty. Plus, it's reliable, naturally aspirated power that you get from a modern fuel-injected motor. And the coolest part about driving this car is the fact that when you look forward, it's not a Corvette hood you're looking over. You see those, let's call them gun sights for lack of a better term, in the front there, which look incredible for the car. So it feels like you're in a 57 Bel Air. But then behind you in the mirrors, you have the big fins from a 1959 Impala. I mean, it's incredibly cool to experience this car. The fact that you can just drive it and use it. I mean, in regular driving conditions, it's just so easy to drive around. It's just such a nice car. It sounds great with that V8 and the exhaust. This is an excellent car. It really is just a ton of fun to drive. And so the thing that I would end the video with is don't miss the opportunity to own this car. Like I said, I don't know exactly how many they built. There's not a whole lot of information out there about these cars. You can find Motor Trend articles and things like that discuss these cars when new, talking about $75,000 give or take on top of the price of whatever the donor car was, which gets quite expensive. We're talking a brand new Corvette with the Z51 package, convertible, all that adds up. And now you get yourself here what is a over six-figure car to build, which is incredibly cool, but it's full of so much character. Like C6s have been rising in popularity, and there's a reason for that. And this car is every bit a C6, but you get unique styling of it. And that's why it's so cool. Now, the added benefit of it is that this car is for sale, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So you can actually purchase this exact car, which is one of, like I said earlier, probably less than 10 produced ever. And you can win this one as it's heading to the Mecum Glendale auction in 2025 here in Arizona. So don't miss out your opportunity to buy this car. It has just 7,700 original miles, so you can definitely drive it and use it, or preserve it and drive it occasionally, ice cream, whatever you want to do. This is just a ton of fun. It looks great, and it really is a special car. I love this thing. So with that, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Consider getting subscribed. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.